How original.
Let's learn about music.
Simple rhythms. To conquer any rhythm in music, you just need to know how to count the beats. So let's start with quarter notes. I have Guitar Pro open. I have 4 quarter notes here, and quarter notes you just count with whole numbers. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes have 2 beats for every 1 quarter note, so we need to add 1 extra count. And. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Triplets are a little different. Since there are 3, we now need to have 3 different things. So what we use is 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. Some people like to count it as triplet, just to remember how it sounds. But I prefer to have the beat number so I can keep track of where I'm at in a given measure. Next we have 16th notes. Using what we had for 8th notes, we're going to add E and A. So now we have 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Next, we have the 16th note triplets. In the same way we counted 8th note triplets, we're going to do this with 16th notes. I'll show you what I mean. 1 ta-ta and ta-ta, 2 ta-ta and ta-ta, 3 ta-ta and ta-ta, 4 ta-ta and ta-ta. Next measure, I have mixed up some of the rhythms here so we can get a feel for how to count different beats next to each other. So in this case, we have 2 quarter notes, so quarter notes are whole numbers. 1, 2. We now have 2 eighth notes, so we have 3 and then back to a quarter note at 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next measure, we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Just as simple as before, we just moved the 2 eighth notes to the second beat. Third measure here, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Again, just moving those 2 eighth notes to the front this time. Now we just moved it to the back for 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Now here's a bit of a curveball. We're throwing in some triplets. Still not very difficult, but it can kind of trip you up depending on what notes are near it. So we have 1, 2 ta-ta, 3, 4. Right after that, I included a rest, so we have rest, 2, 3, 4. So really you can count either the beat or say rest when you have a rest, but it's important to note where it is. Because if you're not leaving the proper space, you're not going to come in at the right time. So for 2 and 3, you could come in a little bit late or early, depending on how you treat the rest. So be sure to count it out. The next measure is a bit trickier. We have 1, 2, and 3 ta-ta, 4. So you really got to count it in sequence. You need to count it with the beat. So if you're using a metronome to practice, as I suggested, you will want to try these different rhythms with that metronome. The important thing is to make sure you count it along with the beat. So with the metronome, we have 1, 2, and 3 ta-ta, 4. So we're adding it in, we're trying to keep it as even as we can. So now let's move on to the next one. This one's a lot trickier. Let's count it. 1 and 2 ta-ta, 3, 4 and. But you'll notice the 1 has a rest, the first ta has a rest, and then the rest just goes in normal sequence. It's rest and 2 to 3, 4 and. It's kind of tricky, so let's try it. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1 and 2 ta-ta, 3, 4 and. Let's try that one again. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1 and 2 ta-ta, 3, 4 and. You got to stay on it. Now let's go ahead and just play through to the end. It's a bit more simple from here. That one was probably the hardest rhythm. And I would suggest playing through these on your own with the metronome, starting at probably 80, and then slowly speeding it up as you get comfortable. So make sure you practice it a few times. But let's go ahead and play measure 14 to the end. All this training material is able to be downloaded from a link in the description. So hop down to the description and you can download this music. Starting at measure 14. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 ta-ta, 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give this a shot on your own time and let me know how it goes. Send me a reply video, leave a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this material. And if you have any suggestions for our next topic, please also put it in the comments. I'm Steven. Thanks for watching. Sticks. I would recommend picking up a drum pad and drumsticks if it's in the budget. You don't have to go super expensive with it. If you plan on getting more into drums, it's going to cost a lot. 1/4 note. Next, we have a 16th note, which just adds another flag to the 8th note. So now we know that a 16th note is half the value of an 8th note.